To all those who have achieved great success in life, I believe it is because of all the criticism and the adversities they received early on in their life. The credit should entirely be given to the critics. Had it not been to those criticisms and critics who completely wrote them off, it would not have been possible to many of the entrepreneurs who turned around and created the success that was a legendary success and the history. In life, more often than not, you might come across with people who do not see the potential in you. And it is the credit given to those critics who wrote you off from their good books. And it was that criticism who finally found the attention of your first fan. You only need one true fan who sees something in you, who sees the potential in you, and that is what we are going to talk about on this third episode. Hello everyone, welcome to Invincible Passion Talk Show. This is your host Jaya MK, and today we are going to talk a bit more about how in the fascinating world of success and entrepreneurial journey of the top Fortune 500 companies, be it the creators from present or the past, there are few names who always stand apart. Their life success is always called the rags to riches story. But if you look at from the numbers perspective, I can't but help every time I look at the date of birth that there has been the magical play of one of the lucky numbers. And going forward, a big recap here as we discussed in our very first episode how you can find out your lucky numbers, and knowing what your lucky numbers is also you can find out about your name numbers. And in the second episode we did talk about how numbers help you in crafting your success, finding the right path. And today I will share my insights on about one of the inspiring, true inspire entrepreneurial journey and my takeaways, my personal opinions, and the lessons I learned from this success story, but also from the numbers perspective. So this entrepreneur was born on November 25th. And if you look at the numbers 25th, if you add that comes to 7. So he was born on November 25th, 1835 in Scotland, Dunfermline. Now, his number is 7 with the life path 8. A bit caveat here. In numerology, number 8 is the number that is not necessarily a lucky number. This number is the hard worker, and the result, the success that comes through is after a lot of hard work and struggles in life. If it is the name of your brand, your company, success requires a lot of perseverance and hard work, and then it pays off. But it always pays off, and once it pays off, the name stays there. It's not easy to bring that name down, the brand or the success. And in numerology, every person is impacted by the day they are born, that number, and the entire date of birth, what I call, if you reduce it, gives you your life path number. Like in this case, this real life player, the hero, the inspirer, the entrepreneur, he was born on November 25th, 1835. So the number being 7, because he was born on 25th, and if you add all the numbers, gives you number 8. So number 7, personality with the life path 8. As I said, 8 is not necessarily a lucky number, but this number has the potential, is a go-getter, the hard worker, never gives up. But success not always comes easy, and more often than not, people give up halfway. But if this number is backed by any of the fortunate numbers, lucky numbers as per numerology, those numbers are 1, 3, 5 or 6, then the success turns around. Zodiac sign is ruled by a planet, and if the impact of that planet becomes fortunate, then irrespective of whether you have number 8 on your backing or number 7 or 1 or 4, the life gives you a big kickstart and soon it becomes a smooth sailing. So today I'll share with you the rulers for the different zodiacs and what could be their personalities. Starting with the very first one, Aries. So Aries is ruled by Mars, and Mars is a fiery planet. So having the back of Aries, the personality you would see will be very quick, full of power and energy. And these Arians are entrepreneurs, leaders, and adventurers. You might also see they are well suited for the professional athlete field, the surgeons. So it is their own energy that earns them a lot of wealth. Now moving on to the next one is the Taurus. The ruling planet for the Taurus is Venus. And for Venus, the life is luxury. They love everything classy, the comforts and everything big. Be it they are associated in the career or the business or the lifestyle. But they are down to earth and practical. So they are good for the media, the advertising, and the singing, the musician, the artist. So anything which appeals to the luxury side of the lifestyle suits them pretty well. Next, we are going to talk about Leo. The zodiac sign is ruled by planet Sun. And again, Sun being the strong, the leader, you would see in Leos, they refuse to give up and they thrive when they are at the top. They like to be either the politicians, the poets, the doctors, or into the army, or the astronauts, or experts could be in the law. One thing you would notice about them that they are dynamic personalities, they are creative, they love authority and power. Next comes the zodiac sign of Gemini. The Gemini ruling planet is Mercury. The communication, the determination you will see in these people, and they have the great power of endurance, be it physically or mentally. Their determination helps them thrive, and you will see more often than not writers, journalists, teachers, lawyers, computer programmers are ruled by Mercury number 5. They are great communicators. Moving on to the next is Cancerians. Cancerians is ruled by planet Moon, and planet Moon more often I have seen they have the profession related to water. You might see them great swimmers. They love and anything that gives them their imagination, the fly, they thrive there, brings them power and self-confidence. When it comes to imagination, you would see poets, actors, writers, photographers, directors, lecturers, company promoters, public speakers, ruled by this zodiac sign. Next comes Scorpios. The element for Scorpions is water, and again, their ruling planet is Mars. And as I said, Mars is full of energy. And Scorpions have a very distinct, instinctive, intuitional based life. They know what is right, what is wrong, and the first impression to them matters a lot. And they never bow to the authority of others. Yes, they will treat you, but they will not take you as anybody who is higher than. But if you want to earn the respect of Scorpions, give them the mutual admiration and respect. They are good in the professions of yoga, the meditation, the medicine, scientific studies, and research. More often than not, you might see psychologists, therapists, historians, detectives, or people from political groups or religious groups have the backing of this zodiac sign. Next comes the Virgo. Again, the ruling planet is Mercury, but the element is Earth. So these people are more in tune. They are more to them. The quality of life matters, and they will accomplish what others perceive as impossible. They shine, they grow in the communication field, and often than not, they know in their head always before jumping in what they are going for. They need to have the complete plan before they jump into anything. So professors, healers, mathematicians, computers, and accountants, the bookkeepers, the authors, these people are often ruled by this zodiac sign. Next comes the Librans. Their element is air and the planet is Venus. So what do you call a bird when bird flies? The bird feels home. Same thing. Librans love to travel. They love to entertain. And in style, Venus is all style and luxury and the lifestyle. How they achieve others and how they look, their personal appearance matters, and the quality is key to them. And they thrive on the rank and position, and they are great supporters, and people support them too. So they could be great management consultants, advocates, officers or laws, and judges, or the interior decorators or sculptors. And next comes the Capricorn. The ruling planet is Saturn and element is earth. And as I said, planet Saturn is the hard worker, is the karma. Capricorns might go rough time in their life. As I said, Saturn makes one go through the rough patches in life, and it is the sheer grit and determination that prevails at the end. But Saturn almost always pays off all the hard work one goes through. But it takes a lot of courage. So you will see people in horticulture, agriculture, or the banking, civil services side, or executives or property who have this backing. But again, they are hard workers, and they know that in life it takes hard work to achieve, be it the wealth or the respect or the name. Next comes the Sagittarian. As I said previously, Sagittarian is ruled by planet Jupiter, and to Jupiter is the profession, the business, the wealth. Quality is key to them. These people are knowledgeable and always ready to help others. They have the personality filled with character, good habits, and their actions speak louder than their words. So they could be the diplomats, philosophers, or on the banking side, or the preachers, the consultants. But it also helps to know that knowing the quality is key to them, they never compromise on that part. Next comes the Pisceans. They are ruled by Jupiter. And again, working hard and makes them very popular. They succeed over rivals and gains in profession connected with water. So again, water is something related to the communication side, or you could take it on as the professional athletes, the swimmers. So anywhere where the knowledge flows is symbolically also related to water. They thrive in those areas, be it the cinema, the script writing, or composing. Next come Aquarians. They are ruled by Saturn. Their element is air, and they have a strong mental force. They could be professors, philosophers, and they admire clever people and the intellectual side. They love to read. The research side appeals to them too. Now moving on to Sagittarian. As I said, today I am going to discuss about this inspiring leader. As I mentioned early on the episode today, that his day is 7, life path is 8. Nothing lucky about the numbers itself, but as I said, number 8 is hard worker. If you have the determination to keep going, then you will succeed. In this case, his lucky zodiac sign of Sagittarius, the Jupiter, that is ruled by planet Jupiter, and its number is 3. And his name number adds to 3 too. And as I say, if the name is in alignment with your lucky numbers, you have smooth sailing in life. And in this case, though he was born with hardships he saw early on in his life, but the credit goes to all the hard work, the attitude never to give up, and the adversities early on in his life that he saw that helped him keep moving. So this is the story of real life hero who was born with day number 7, and he was always optimist even in the face of failures, knew how to scare the troubles, who was always patient, cheerful, and grateful for life. His life teaches many great lessons, and I'm sharing my personal takeaways, my favorite quotes, and above all, always what I learned is do what is right. Have high hopes and never give up. So, with little formal education, but with a voracious love for reading and learning, he rose to great heights. The son of a handloom weaver who, due to change from handloom to steam loom, had to go rough times and poverty, taught him many noble things. His mother, an inspiring strength of dignity, refinement, and high respect, made a huge impression upon his personality. Another influence he had was upon him of his uncle Lauder, who taught him about the history of Scotland, importance of recitation in education, and power of memorization. At the age of 13 and on the 17th day of May 1848, he came to United States with his father, mother, and brother and settled in Allegheny, Pennsylvania. So this true life hero is Andrew Carnegie. The inspiring story of Andrew Carnegie is full of rough tides of water, but also it's one of my favorite stories that teaches the perseverance and the attitude of the go-getter, and most of his early life brings the golden nuggets, and in his own quotes comes the genius wrapped and the hidden secrets of his own success. So Carnegie came to US with his family. Initially he worked in a factory when earning $20 a week. That was the time the whole family pitched in to make it work. That was a hard life, and he had to get up early to go to the factory and had a long day before he would come back. But he always saw the opportunity, and his optimism, that proudness, the feeling that he was able to contribute and support the family. And in his own words, Carnegie said, quote, "This is where the children of honest poverty have the most precious of all advantages over those of wealth." Facing the adversities was kind of a foundation for his future success. Now later he found a job as a telegraph messenger. From his first job earning $20 and moving on to the telegraph messenger was a big change, and it made him feel as if he was in heaven. He was so happy. In his words, quote, Andrew Carnegie, "A sunny disposition is worth more than fortune. Young people should know that it can be cultivated, that the mind, like the body, can be moved from the shade into sunshine. Let us move it then. Laugh trouble away if possible." The man who was always ready to learn something, knowing that there is so much to learn, and with the strong hope to climb the success ladder, the job of telegraph messenger was a blessing. As if a wish came true, gave him new opportunities, and he was able to lay the foundation of his close, true friendships. In the words of Andrew Carnegie, quote, "It is not the rich man's son that the young struggler for advancement has to fear in the race of life, nor his nephew, nor his cousin. Let him look out for the dark horse in the boy who begins by sweeping out the office. His first job, he had to sweep the office floors. And even with the long hours of work as telegraph messenger, he found time for self-improvement and was able to spend time on books. And it came as a blessing in Colonel James Anderson, who opened his library to the working boys and allowed them to take out each Saturday afternoon a book in exchange for another on the succeeding Saturday. And with the love for reading, he learnt great skills. And soon, with his hardworking and passionate spirit, he moved from the job of telegraph operator, then took a job at the Pennsylvania Railroad, and later worked as the assistant and telegrapher to Thomas Scott, who was one of the railroad's top officials. There he enriched his experience, learned about the industry and about the business in general, and later he was promoted to superintendent. There, the business he learned, he started making wise choices and made smart investments that brought him great returns. And soon he left that railroad, pursued his own business interests, started Keystone Bridge Company. He had an eye for detail, and he always used to focus on the minor details from start to finish. Later, he focused his energies to the Carnegie Steel Company that used technology and methods that made manufacturing steel easier, faster, and more productive. His early experiences of life came handy here. For every step of the process, he owned exactly whatever was needed, from the raw materials, ships, railroads, and even coal fields. Quoting Andrew Carnegie here, who said, "I treasure my early life experiences. That was evidence of organizing power upon the development of which my material success in life has hung. A success not to be attributed to what I have known or done myself, but the faculty of knowing and choosing others who did know better than myself. Precious knowledge this for any man to possess. I did not understand steam machinery, but I tried that much more complicated piece of mechanism, man." His start to finish strategy made him a wealthy man and known as one of America's builders. Story has taught me many lessons, but my favorite quotes from him, quoting Andrew Carnegie, "Those who show willingness to help themselves need not fear about obtaining the help of others." How powerful the message ties the experiences of his life and teaches for the future entrepreneurs that have a role model who's your instructor, inspirer, and guide. And I believe the true secret of his success is his attention to quality. And the true worth is when your personal promise can be taken as a good security. If you create the character that is filled up with that promise, that is all you need. The rest will follow you. And the lesson that I learned is that don't be interested in your affairs, but be interested in the affairs of those you serve with the attention to quality and detail. And before we leave the show here, if you are listening to me first time, welcome here, and we are sharing on this platform every week how the numerology and success reveal you the path and how you can make your own life a smooth sailing. And even though Andrew Carnegie had lack of schooling, but the love for reading paved the way for success. And in his own words, lack of schooling is no valid excuse of failure. Neither is an exhaustive schooling a guarantee of success. And he began to learn what poverty meant when he saw his mother and father work that hard, even his younger brother Tom. It is through those adversities that reveal the path for his prosperity. And when you see an inspiring story, their quotes reveal you the experiences they went early on in life. And the last one, study any person who's known to be a permanent success, and you will find that he has a definite major goal. He has a plan for the attainment of this goal. He devotes the major portion of his thoughts and his efforts to the attainment of this purpose. How beautiful the message in the words of Andrew Carnegie. Life is indeed that. Every entrepreneur had a definite goal, and their energies were focused in making those goals happen, the dreams come true. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Until next time, thanks for listening. The disclaimers about the IPTS or the Invincible Passion Talk Show. This talk show makes no warranty, guarantee, or any kind of representation as to the accuracy or sufficiency of the information talked about on this talk show or anywhere else in relation to Invincible Passion Talk Show. The information, opinions, predictions, results, and recommendations presented in this talk show are for general information and entertainment purposes only. Any reliance on the information provided in this talk show is solely done at your own risk. Thank you for listening.